Topic given to me was to talk about Telangana poultry. Probably the first time I'm speaking about Telangana poultry, because normally only been speaking about India. So, but it was a good opportunity for me also to get educated a little bit about this. So, okay. Parallel. So right now, if you see, Telangana is number 3 in egg production. I think, but in broiler we are number 4. So there's a little bit of correction. I was checking after I made the presentation, I sent it off, then I was checking. But the interesting story is the combined state used to 10 years back account for close to 45 to 50% of the eggs. Today the combined state is about 30%, 30 little around 30, maybe 31, 32. So you can understand that even in broiler, surprisingly, I found some interesting states way ahead of us. You know, West Bengal is number 1 now. UP is also as big as Telangana now, and Maharashtra has gone ahead of us. So I was wondering what is the reason. I think from opportunity perspective and all that, Telangana being one, maybe okay, I can understand, but I think we should always be leading, because there are many advantages that Telangana has. But I think one of the disadvantages also is I think we are still stuck in the past in many of our practices. Both Andhra and Telangana, both I am seeing this problem. Most farmers have no idea what is happening in their farm. You might not like it, I'm sorry, but I really am shocked when I go and I see farmers have no idea what is happening in their farm. Almost nobody knows what is feed consumption happening every day. And biosecurity ante, don't even ask. You know, they think it is something difficult. But let me assert it now, and that's part of my presentation also. If you are not going to be serious about biosecurity, then you will not be in business very long. And this I've been saying for a long time. In fact, biosecurity, nannu adugute, if you actually calculate, is the best investment. Your return on investment, I guarantee you, will be at least 10 times. At least 10 times. But people want to spend money on drugs, but don't want to do simple things. I'll give you an example. So everybody in my family is diabetic, and I mean above me, my parents, my grandparents, my uncles and all that, right? So when I hit 6.4, I said I will never become diabetic. And I'm working on that. In simple is, of course, the easiest is eat 4 eggs a day. You start 4 eggs a day, then you are going to help yourself. You know, even my Nanagaru 93, he eats 3 eggs every day. Some of you met my son last time, he eats 10 eggs a day. The point is, that's how you have to run your farms also. Letting a problem come in, then you'll always be running behind. So I think that is a point I want to give, because when I'm talking about all the opportunities, if you are not going to get present to the problems, then you'll never go to the opportunities. So broilers, I think this number also I feel is kind of underrepresented. It should be a lot more than that. But inquote interesting and out of the entire livestock economy of Telangana, 48% is poultry, so which is quite significant. And this is the important point. Today Telangana is 46% urbanized. Urbanized and people living in cities. This will go to 65% by 2050. Just to give you a small idea, urban India is eating 200 plus eggs per capita. That is almost like Europe. Rural India is used to eat 22 some 10 years back. They have now come to close to 35 or something. It is also growing faster than it ever used to, but it is not like, so automatically every person who becomes urban, and chicken consumption got chuste, again our numbers are wrong. I think we are about close to 6.5 kgs, 7 kgs per capita now. By Government of India numbers are something 3.5, 4 or something. They are way behind. They are wrong. So main endante, so but urban India is eating almost more than 10-12 kgs per capita. So movement a village, a rural guy becomes urban, that means the consumption is doubling, right? And it is automatic. I mean, you might not like aipodda anukunta, but that's how it is happening. So we have to believe that, and if you do proper promotions and all that, I think the idea of taking it up higher to 365 eggs in cities should be very easy for us. I think we can do that in the next. So this is critical what is happening. So if you look at our per capita income is 3 lakhs, it's going to go to 25 lakhs by 2047. So again, imagine, of course, till it gets to certain point, then protein consumption will be the highest. First beneficiary. After 10 lakhs, people will not eat. I mean, people will not eat more than 2 eggs or 3 eggs a day, right? They are not, just because they become richer, they will not eat like my son 10 eggs a day, right? Unless you become serious about health, then it doesn't matter how much you are earning, you will still eat 10 eggs. So, but one of the first beneficiaries of development will be protein consumption. In India, there will be little competition for poultry. So that's the main thing. And, but in spite of Telangana being and Hyderabad being so dominant, we are still 76% protein deficient. So this is a huge opportunity. So you ask me, I think for Telangana, taking care of Telangana will be most important job. But I think we are, so the way it is continuing, I will not be surprised if product starts coming from other states. If we want to give up that opportunity, it's up to us. So again, as I said, I'm showing you some graphics on that, current and target. So it is definitely a huge opportunity. So what needs to happen for sure, right? Value addition and processing has to happen. I think 30% is actually in next 25 years, if you're doing 30%, I think then we will not be doing very well. I think it should be closer to 70%. And it is going to happen. You like it or not, it is happening. Again, export, we are insignificant. There's a great opportunity. If you actually look at export as not just outside India, but if you look at India itself as a market, right? So outside of Telangana, so I think again that can be quite significant because everybody is now wanting safer food. We all know what happened, bird flu. What happened? Nothing but, collapse, egg price collapse. Now in US, egg is selling for 70, 80 rupees after bird flu. India is the only country where it's the price has collapsed, right? So why is it happening? Not because people don't want to eat chicken and eggs, but they're scared. So I think if we, as an industry and state, start adapting rules and regulations which give people that confidence that, chicken or poultry in Telangana is on par with, say, European standards, then I think in Bangalore, Chennai, all the cities in and around, right, they will all want products from us. It's not because they don't want to eat. Everybody wants to eat. It's just that they're scared. Nobody wants to fall sick. So again, there we are really, really behind in terms of our communication and all that. So that is where I was coming from, premium niche markets. There's definitely opportunities for organic, free range. Again, free range, maybe Telangana is one of the better places to do that. In terms of the environment is generally moderate. So I think there's a good opportunity for that. It's not going to be a very big market, but it's a good opportunity. And circular economy. Poultry litter converting, generating biogas out of that and selling that as per this thing. So these are definitely opportunities. So I think for sure Telangana should, while I think volume is also an opportunity, but more than volume, I think it is the value driven and processing and exports are the future. So smart farming for sure. I think we are all struggling. Somehow India, they say, has so many people, but I don't know how many of you are comfortable, but none of us get labor. So I think it's time to adapt some automation, some smart farming. this thing, climate control, egg collection systems and all that. So this is definitely coming, and this is something that we need to do. IoT and real-time monitoring, I think this is also something that is coming. It will come very fast. This will improve FCRs by at least 15%. I think it will be more than that also, but I think at least 15% improvement in feed conversion ratio, both in broiler and layer. AI and machine learning, that is definitely coming. I'm very excited about this opportunity here. I think many farmers will find out about themselves. With AI coming, they will find out why they are losing money. Instead of blaming external factors, I think you have to keep looking at why are you losing money. And I think that is what AI will teach us. Of course, genetic innovation is coming. Again, through AI and all that, there's a lot of genetic innovation and development coming for sure. Again, as I said, biosecurity and disease outbreaks. So our birds have become like super machines now. When I joined business, I came back and joined business in 98. So people getting 300 eggs in 72 weeks was a big number, right? Today we are talking about how do we get 500 eggs with the same bird, with less mortality. Because I remember in those days 20% mortality was normal, right? But now you can't afford that. You can't run a farm with mortalities like that. So I myself have been studying that. But now, recently in Calcutta, a small farmer I met, a medium-sized farmer, not small. He was saying, sir, 110 weeks I'm getting 78%. So that is coming, genetics is coming. But the point is that bird needs to be handled differently. The funny part not funny, the interesting thing we discovered in our journey in the last 4 or 5 years, if you don't have body weight and uniformity at 12th week, you are losing 30 eggs in that batch. Now you can't correct that at 78th week. You have to correct it 6th week. We're clearly seeing that connection. And we are seeing number of eggs peak. When are you getting peak? Are you getting 50 weeks of 90 plus? Bird is performing. It's giving you 50 weeks of 90 plus. But that bird has to be at least 90% uniformity and getting within 20 grams or 30 grams of body weight, standard body weight by 12th week. You can't do anything after that. It's really interesting. I also didn't know that. For many years this is our 60th year. In 2 months we'll be celebrating 60 years of dad starting Srinivasa. But thank you. And recently we had a seminar for all the consultants, and we were talking about new lighting program. The one doctor came and said, sir, we are following what you taught us 20 years back, sir. I said, हाँ sir, हम बदल गए, आप नहीं बदले, right? So the lighting program now is very different from before, and you are seeing the benefits. It's saving you money, and you are making money, right? So I think that is the main thing. And now the point in disease outbreak, same. Now there are many farmers here. Now we have been able to make them completely, almost, right? Not completely, almost antibiotic free. But that means, you are not even present to how much money you are spending on that. Giving a CTC program every 3 weeks is costing you 90 rupees to 100 rupees per bird, right? But you don't want to do small changes which cost you 5 rupees. Not even 5 rupees, it is actually only a little bit of hard work. Hard work kuda tappuga correct word kaadanukuntadi. I don't know, Kani, just because you've been doing something for 20 years, you want to continue doing that, and you are paying heavy money for that. So I think it's time for us to get, diseases are not guaranteed. You are in Senishun Labada Ramani, Sendagilindante Atla Kudurtudi. Some farms, Kolla farm la, Kongal farm la, Labad, right? I was saying, are they chicken farms or crane farms? If you go to the farms, there are so many cranes in that farm. It is like, Shanichar ko bula rahe, dawat de rahe ho aur bol rahe ho mere ko shani lag gaya. It's not so difficult. Farmers tell, sir, why are you not keeping into the mesh కింద వరకు అంటే ఎప్పుడో సార్ తీసే లిటర్ కన్వీనియన్స్ కోసం దొబ్బించుకుంటానంటున్నారు. హూ కెన్ హెల్ప్ యూ దెన్, రైట్? ఇప్పుడు విజయవాడ వచ్చారు అనుకోండి, ఆర్ ఫార్మ్స్ ఆర్ బిట్వీన్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ లేయర్ పాపులేషన్. The farm everybody blames for all problems, we are the first farm after that, but we don't have problems. But the problem seems to go around our farm to everybody. But Somreddy garu, for years he has 3-4 people dedicated. He says 2 times a day cranes come, godu pattukoni tiruguta untadu kutta. He doesn't let them land. Now అది మీరు చేసే పని కాదు కదా, బట్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ యూ టాక్ టు ఎ ఫార్మర్, ఇట్ ఇస్ లైక్, అరే నువ్వెళ్ళు గొడవ చేయమన్నట్టు ఎవడో జీతకాన్ని పెట్టుకుని చేయాలి కదా, బట్ యు ఆర్ కంప్లైనింగ్ అబౌట్ దట్, రైట్? సో ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ సేయింగ్, సో దిస్ ఇస్ అ వెరీ క్రిటికల్ థింగ్. ఇఫ్ తెలంగాణ అండ్ ఆంధ్ర farmers are not going to get serious about biosecurity, is the biggest reason why you'll go out of business. Not because there is no opportunity. Opportunity is very clear. Indian poultry is going to grow minimum of 4 times to 6 times in the next 25 years. But if you are not there in that, it's because of, I think there's only one word, laziness. Not anything else. Why am I saying laziness? Ante maartham, nenu ila chestanu. So that's all. So I think that is very, very critical. Feed cost volatility, yes, I don't think there's anything we can do about it. That is not in our control. That will never be in our control. Point is, whatever is costing us, can we recover that price? Why is it that not happening? Because our unity is gone today. As farmers, we are not able to come together and work together. We used to have that advantage, not anymore. Because I have grown up watching my father operating NECC, running NECC. మీరు అందరికీ తెలుసో తెలదు, I had to sleep before 2:30 because after 3 o'clock any sound he'll wake up. He'll anyway wake up at 3:30. 3:30 he would start seeing files. So that was the only time he would see me if I was awake. Otherwise 8:30 I had to go for school, so 8 बजे उठता था, रेडी होके भाग जाता था, शाम में वापस आता था. He was not home. By the time he came home, हम लोग आधा घंटा गायब हो गए. तो so I think literally for my first 25 years he didn't see me. Only way to know was when I was watching India-Australia cricket match, was one time he will catch me, or if there was some report from school, parent come and meet. Those are the only 2-3 times he knew me, right? And Bangalore, of course, because Rao Saab wo jinda laate the, and I used to study in Bangalore. I never went for my father because Rao Saab said aaja sham mein, so I used to go to meet him. And they used to, for one bloody coconut water, they used to walk 2 kilometers. One day I went, I said, after that I said, I'm not coming with you. वो पानी coconut water पीने जाते थे, मैं जाके fried chicken खा के आ जाता था. So anyway, I'm just still telling you. So I have seen how is built NECC. The sad part is, in 1990, Jagpat Rao sir knew that to the last truck where the egg was. Today, we have no idea how many eggs any market has. That is the sad part. With AI today, we are talking about WhatsApp, internet, 5G and all that. I'm telling you, do we know how many eggs are coming from Sagar Road every day? We don't know. Andaza hai, but we don't know. So that is the sad part of what has happened to our industry, and that is the problem. There is no problem other than that. Barwala, somebody, 3 times or 2 times culled bird eggs, he reduces 30 paisa, immediately Hyderabad reduces. Why? I don't know. I still don't understand that. One truck from Barwala goes to Calcutta, everybody reacts. Like Barwala can supply 100 trucks to Calcutta. It can't. But that is the sad part. So anyway, I think feed volatility is going to be there. There are opportunities for sure, and hopefully this, what Trump is doing, will wake up our country to get better at certain things. US is talking about 11 tons of corn per hectare, and we are talking of 2.2 tons. So definitely those things have to improve. Even if we get to 6 tons, which is the world average, you can imagine. Just imagine, we are already the number 4 in the world in corn, land under corn cultivation. So if we, minimum nannu aduguta, there's a 3x opportunity. Because if you see, Andhra is producing close to 4.5 tons per hectare. Per acre, sorry. So they're actually almost competing with US. Bihar in one season gets very good crop. In one season gets pathetic crop. That is again part of education and all that, I think. So that's, I think, is definitely an opportunity for us. Climate and water stress, for sure, that is again, that is nothing you can do. You have to deal with that. But as I see, going forward, we all have to move to EC houses. I think that is also not an option anymore. So I think that should mitigate that issue. So, okay. I think some slides are, okay. So these are some schemes that are there. I don't think any one of us, because I don't think there are many new farms coming in Telangana, so anybody is taking advantage of this. The Raitu Bandhu lo, I think poultry is anyway excluded. I still don't know. I'm of the thing that subsidies are not the answer for anything. I'm not a supporter of that. It's a very, very, I think, wrong this thing. Because, and that is what is allowing somebody like Trump to mess around with us. Because instead of focusing on productivity, we have been focusing on converting farmers into electoral, what is that? I don't know. Vote bank. Yeah. So, and farmers have not benefited in any way. Because, same 10,000 rupees they are spending on land, if they get 4 tons, they get a lot more. But today they have been converted into, vote bank machines. And their lives have really not changed, because I don't know how many farmers' lives have really changed in the last 30, 40 years. In fact, they are only getting worse. That's why nobody wants to be in that business. So now I'm recently finding out in Krishna and Guntur district, nobody is coming to rent lands also. Slowly that is stopping. So that is becoming a crisis now. So that means less and less land is going to be used for agriculture now. For sure, research has to be, we have to push the government departments to spend more on research. One of the things I've actually taken up now as the CII chair for animal agriculture is reform of the veterinary curriculum and veterinary this thing. So I've just asked, got some inputs from everybody. So I'm going to meet the secretary and the minister soon and start pushing for that. Definitely we need a lot more veterinarians, and the curriculum has to be also altered. Because practically, I'm sorry, and there are some veterinarians here, but I don't think you are of any use when you come out of the college. We have to make you useful, right? In most cases, right? Again, so I think that's a critical imperative now. So we are taking it up as part of CII now, and a few other things like that. Export, again, as I said, is a huge opportunity. But funny part is, I don't know, again, most people realize producing a good quality product is actually cheaper. It is not costlier, but it can't be done lazily, right? I'm telling you, you can producing good quality product is actually way cheaper. You will be shocked at how much money you will save just by changing few practices, and that is all it is. Antibiotics are an answer for when you have a problem. They are not feed. I think off late they have become feed. Sometimes I go see the formulations, I'm shocked, I'm wondering, is it eating corn or antibiotics? Right? And some of us are very good, we distribute the business to 4 companies, same molecule, 4 companies. Right? So again, don't get me wrong, I am not against antibiotics. Antibiotics are very, very, very important tool. But as I said, they are not feed. When you have a problem, using an antibiotic helps you. The world wouldn't have come to 7 billion people or whatever number of chickens we have without antibiotics. But they are not, again, as I said, feed. They are tool for addressing a problem. And they should be used when you have a problem. Like even I use antibiotics, but I probably use it once in 3 or 4 years. But otherwise, I mean, I have some cold, I'm fine, you know. So like Lincoln once said, Abraham Lincoln ke kahawat hai. He said, with medicines, you get cured in 1 week. Without medicines, you get cured in 7 days. Right? So that has been my principle about using antibiotics for most part. But I use them, as I said. Processing infrastructure for sure has to come. The existing financing models and all that are not helpful. Subsidies is not the solution actually. It is about, you know, the way the banks fund us and those things. I think those are the main problem. So there needs to be some changes in that. Climate adaptation, of course, as I said, that's also the point. I don't know, I'm just speaking, extending because Vyasji said I have to speak 30 minutes. So I don't know how long it is, but band kar do? So as I said, priority is we have to prioritize value addition over volume. No, but volume also is an opportunity. So let's not bridge the farmer support gap. We still don't have the kind of labs that our country needs. You know, I mean, that's also a sad part. I think we should go talk to government about those things. I think we go talk about wrong things. Practically, sorry, हम लोग जाके power subsidy पूछते हैं or something else and something else which doesn't affect our production cost by even 1 paisa per egg. But we don't ask for things that we actually need, which is proper disease diagnostic labs, which are high-end labs, which for the government practically are cheaper and they can do it. But then we go ask them something that is of no use for us. And I sometimes become a villain there when I tell them that, you know, why are you asking for these things? Which, अगर आपको एक 5 पैसे का production cost का फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, then why are you asking them for that? But the disease is affecting you a lot. And, you know, if you don't have those labs, then how do we diagnose? You know, many a times, I know one farmer, you know, people went and said, oh, you have VVND karke vaccine, sab maar diya. Problem was his DORB paade pe. DORB was full of toxins. But he told him VVND and he spent some 20-30 rupees on that. But actual problem was the what? DORB పెట్టేసాడు అక్కడ నెల 2 నెలలు అవుతుంది అది మొత్తం లిటరల్ పాయిజన్ అది he is using that. But then this is the problem that is happening. Even I find it really shocking sometimes. They said అరే టెస్ట్ చేశారంటే టెస్ట్ చేయలేదు ఏం పోతుంది టెస్ట్ చేస్తానికి it costs you maybe sample costs you 700 rupees or 800 rupees on a 1 lakh farm. It's nothing. So I think that's the other thing that has to happen. Definitely establish an export promotion cell. Where, you know, we have to give technical assistance for HACCP, this thing, and also compartmentalization has to become simpler. You know, I think that's again our job. We have to go educate our governments and all that on why they should do it. And I think that's important. But there's a huge opportunity for if we do this, you know. Technology adoption, absolutely, I think that is not something... I have a feeling governments will start doing that. They will start adopting that because they have to track disease now. Up tak poultry diseases they have not been tracking, but that's a thing of the past. I think they will start tracking quite seriously now, and they will start using AI for this quite a lot. So I think we have to be ready for that. I don't know what the 5th point was. I can't see it, but good. So as I said, in Telangana, I think processing has to go to 70%. This is in chicken, of course. But eggs also, there's a significant opportunity for processing to go up. Exports have to go. I think Telangana is a good, beautiful opportunity. At least $2 billion of exports can happen. But for that, you know, the zone has to be looked at as one rather than individual farmers. So, and with technology and all that, I see at least a 40% productivity gain. And these are, believe me, when I'm saying these are not like out of hat. We are already showing that on the farms. There are some farms which are already getting these advantages. But that is a game of us and the farmer listening to us and all that, So the very few farmers like that. But others are now learning, they are picking up from them, sir, I also want to be antibiotic free. Again, antibiotic free is not like a label. Please believe me, I'm not promoting it like this thing. But I'm promoting it as a great way to run a farm. Even in my own this thing, that's what I say, where you are using antibiotic, that means the management is lazy. This is what I tell my own team also. Wherever they are using antibiotics, that means the manager is lazy. Right? And we're putting that target on him. Not a fancy word, I have a problem, I'm saying I will not use antibiotics. But you have to use antibiotics when you have a problem. But problem is essentially a breakdown in your biosecurity protocol. Of course, there are some problems which come vertically and all that, but that's a different issue. But still, if you are not stressing the bird through these, it's already under stress, believe me. Because the machine it is, that the way it is producing, that itself is huge stress. And then apna climate. Sometimes temperatures vary 20-30 degrees. हम तो AC में बैठ जाते हैं. Right? Imagine कभी 2 घंटा हम लोगों को without AC कहीं जाना है. Look at what happens to us. Right? हम लोग AC कार से चढ़ के AC रूम में आते हैं, AC होटल में जाते हैं. देखो ये भी AC हो गया. అంతేనండి. Farms లో కూడా now your office is AC. Some 10-15 years back probably you didn't have. Now that also is air conditioned now. So that's why you are also not going around in the farm. AC गाड़ी से AC office में जाके बैठ रहे हो. Right? So I'm just telling, your bird doesn't have that comfort. But today your bird is like literally like Virat Kohli. We have developed it so well. Now, I'm not asking you to do, but at least make sure it is not exposed to toxins and disease. That is something in your hands. Preventing toxins and disease happening is totally in the farmer's hand. And I'm telling you, you will be rewarded for every rupee you spend, you'll minimum make 10 rupees. So I think that is critical. So this is the final chart. I think Telangana has great opportunities, but any opportunity comes with certain, like a package, right? Every good comes with some package. So it is not going to happen automatically. People who are willing to rise up to the challenge of running a good farm, that is the minimum. And farmers, see, believe me, today I saw in, I don't know when I applied, casually I applied for Secunderabad Club some 18 years back. Finally one day they said, sir, you got membership, please come down. I went. And then they said, before we make you permanent, you have to come 2-3 months, you have to come. Because after that we can't, aap aate nahi aate, nobody knows, right? But he said, now you have to come. So 2 months time they gave, I went 3-4 times. They said not enough. So they gave me one more extension, I didn't go at all. So मैं बोला भाड़ में गया साला, इसके लिए मैं ये क्यों करूँ? वो because going from Jubilee Hills to Secunderabad every day was, and Sunday I have classes. Saturday, Sunday I am doing my doctorate programs, I have classes, I can't go. So I can only go during week time. वो जाके आना 4 घंटे लग रहा है, right? और जाके क्या करूँ मैं वहाँ पे, right? Because I can't take any guest. मैं बोला उदय तू भी चल, I can't, because they say I can't pay for, I have to only pay for myself. I can't take guests. So I can't, अकेले जाके क्या करूँ? तो फिर जा रहा था, फिर भी तो उधर एक रतनदीप खड़ा था. तो मैं बोला जाके अंदर जाके बोला देखते ये अंडे बिखरे कि नहीं. कहीं भी जाओ, मैं दुनिया में कहीं भी जाऊँ, पहले जाके अंडे कैसे बिखरे, दैट्स व्हाट आई चेक, राइट? तो एक अपना सबसे बहुत बड़ा ब्रांड है, नाम नहीं लूँगा, उनका बिखरा था 6 अंडे, डब्बे पे तो 60 लिखा था बट 28 में बिखरा था. अच्छा हमारा अरुण रेड्डी का तो लूँगा मैं नाम, बिकॉज हमारे अंडे गुड एग्स वॉज सेलिंग फॉर 60 रुपीज़, राइट? वो 60 रुपीज़ का 60 रुपीज़ पे बेच रहा था. तो मैं वो लड़की को पूछा कौन खरीदता है ये अंडे, ये 28 में बिक रहा है, ये 60 में बिक रहा है. सर दोनों इक्वल बिक रहे हैं. जो गुड़े खरीदता वो अंडा तो छीता ही नहीं सर, ये दूसरे का, They pay 10 rupees an egg every time. तो एक दिन जीजा फोन कर रहे हैं, जीजा इज स्टिल अ फ्रेंचाइजी VH के, तो अरे क्या है ये अंडे बहुत अच्छे हैं, तो कोई बोल रहे मेरे को क्या अंडे है ये, मैं बोला मेरे अंडे है जीजा. The point I am saying is consumers are ready to pay, but they will not pay because they are confused, because what the hell is that, कुछ भी लिख देते हैं डब्बे पे. Many people are writing whatever they want. They also waiting and discovering that. Now I know there's a very big brand now, so they've been sourcing eggs and all that. They are suffering 28% breakage. So they have come to me to discuss. We said, okay, we can help you with that. So, but because when people are paying you, they will demand that, na? Believe me, आज दूध कितने में बिक रहा है? एक टाइम में कैसा, I remember my mother used to have cows and buffaloes. Now we don't, ना? आज तो साला दही भी सब खरीद रहे हैं आजकल. Right? I go to my mother-in-law's place, डोसा भी खरीद के ला रहे हैं, आटा वो मतलब पिंडी, बैटर, सब रेडीमेड हो गया आजकल. तो eggs are there. Consumers are ready to pay, but they are wanting certain things. Minimum, when they open a dabba, they want all eggs to look one size. Not one egg 38 grams, one egg 65 grams. So then, same thing happens, chick also. See, all eggs might be above 33 grams, but if some eggs are 40 grams, then they think these chicks are weak. Right? So just like that, that's what the consumer's perception is. And clean eggs, when you open the dabba, make sure there's no feathers in it, no litter in it. Because in India we are anyway not doing transparent boxes, which I am not very happy encouraging. Plastic ko encourage we want to use cardboard boxes. But the problem with that is you can't see. But when they see that, they are becoming negative. Third, breakage. Shell quality is important for them. Because anda toota hai. So it's not one egg getting affected, right? The whole dabba somewhere gets a problem. So I think these are the basic things they're looking at. And people have still not gotten into internal egg quality yet. And that will start. Believe me, India is going to change very fast. Because right or wrong, 70% of our consumption is in cities. So these are all people are going to change very fast. And they are demanding better quality. And they are ready to pay the price. But you have to produce that egg, na? So I think with those, unless there are some questions, that's the end of the story from me. Anybody has question answer ka kuch session hai sir? Nahi? Okay, thank you. No. Doctor sahab. So, again, the lazy and easy option is GM, right? But I think there are some, the seeds are available. Of course, you have to buy proper seeds from the proper company. I think in Andhra, I don't know the specific, but I know it's a lot of Bayer seed is selling there. And I think even Newsweedu and all that, I think utna farak nahi hai sir. If you buy, but you have to buy good quality seed. There's no doubt about it.
No, Dr. Chandrasekharan has done some work with these things, and they are looking for 6 ton maize per acre of these things. Whereas we talk about the 2 tons per acre. If this goes to the 3 times actually, your cost of production substantially will
Dr. Sahab, I don't think the issue is so much on genetics right now. It's a lot on practices. There is, of course, I'm not saying genetics is not important. Genetics is, like in our case also, right? हम कुछ भी बोले, अगर farmer का conditions ठीक नहीं, वो bird perform नहीं कर सकता ना. So actually we are now, both the seed companies have approached us. They wanted to set up a proof of concept on how we can go to 10 tons per hectare in a year. So we said we are very happy to partner with them. So they want to do some project both in Telangana and Andhra. In Andhra, they want to select an area which has a lot of water, so that because दोनों crop में एक crop में तो अच्छा ही आता है, दूसरे crop में भी क्या करें. So we said we are ready to set up that this thing for them, with them, and in Telangana also we'll do. I think soon in the next 2-3 months we should announce that.
Since the government is more looking for these ethanol productions, and majority of the maize is being diverted to these ethanol productions. And because of that only we are shortfall of this thing.
So it is not major. The problem is even now 65% of the crop is consumed by poultry only, right? Kya hua? This is again the mistake from our side, and which is what I've been telling our guys for a long time. Nobody knows, I mean at the policy level, कि India में कितने birds लग रहे हैं. Government of India is saying 4.5 million tons of chicken. So एक दिन I heard Jain Saab some 8-9 years back saying 500 crore chicks are being placed.
Yeah, more than 600.
So that's what. So today it is more than 600 crores. So मैं बोला, then again to get that number out of you guys took me 1 year. You know, then after that. Anyway, ultimately Harsha Kumar Shetty confirmed 600 crores. तो मैं एक simple number डाला. 8% mortality, 2.2 kgs bird, 1.8 FCR. डाल के देखा. Whatever. It is minimum 8.5 million tons now. I think it is more than 10 million tons.
10 million.
Right? Abhi now everybody has come together and said, we are happy to accept 8.5 million tons. तो फिर ministry को बोला, मैं बोला क्या कर रहे हैं आप? आपका numbers क्या है? So they are saying, whose fault is it? Numbers किसके पास से नहीं आ रहे हैं? You are the guys not sharing numbers with us. Right? Now, Government of India is going by 4.5 million tons, 140 billion eggs, इसके लिए इतना मक्का चाहिए. Right? तो बोल रहे हमारे पास बहुत मक्का है करके ethanol शुरू कर दिया. They wanted to start this in 2020. Then I wrote, me and from All India Breeders Federation, we wrote saying that your numbers are wrong. तो उसके वजह से 2 साल 3 साल रुक गया. But Nitin Gadkari is a very powerful minister. है ना? पर हम क्या काम कर रहे हैं? अच्छा, I am telling you, right? हमारे बारे में बात कर रहे हैं ना, because it's easier to first fix ourselves than try to fix somebody else. It took me 1 year to make us agree that we are producing 8.5 million tons, which also according to me is still a underrepresented number. But ठीक है, 8.5 million is better than 4.5 million, है ना? तो अब जब इस पे जा रहे हैं, अच्छा now, so they are telling me for ethanol they have a special seed now, which is more starch, which is good for ethanol, right? So now I have started talking to them also, because I am telling all the ethanol guys, boss, you have to take your quality serious. He said, we have no problem with using DDGS, but problem is maize DDGS is so full of toxins. So that is the problem. So I've started talking to them using the CII platform and all that, we are educating them also, saying that we have no problem with using DDGS, but हमारा डर ये है. We are very happy to promote. So some of them are coming and asking us. So we are also looking at how do we get to a place where, if a processor is willing to meet a certain quality standard and all that, we can certify it. But you have to be careful always with that, because हमारा नाम जब दे रहे हैं, तो we have to be also careful कि वो कुछ भी गया तो हमको पकड़ लेंगे फिर लोग. So we have to also be scared of that.
Thank you for your time. My name is Sumit Reddy from SPR Prime. My question is regarding the biosecurity procedures, best biosecurity practices that we can undertake with the migrant labor or workers who are available at our farms. Thank you.
So I'll give you an interesting case of one of my uncles. So he has a big farm. Again, I won't name who he is. Some of you can guess. So one day he had bird flu. I think 5 lakh farm में 4.5 lakhs उड़ गए 3 दिन में, right? In 3 days he lost 4.5 lakh birds. So I didn't say anything then, because it was so 6 months later I went to the farm. So I asked him, Mama, what happened? Then he said, okay, bird flu was happening in the neighborhood somewhere. 5 रुपए में 10 रुपए में somebody sold a bird. काम वाली एक bird खरीद के घर लेकर आई. She came to my farm, मैं उड़ गया. Then I asked him a simple question. I said, if you had given your कामवाली a uniform and a soap, एक toilet, एक bathroom लगा के, in all the 20 years, was that more costlier or was the problem you had more costlier? He said the problem was more costlier. And the funny thing is, even now he's not done anything about it. Right? So that is the point. Now, what does migrant labor have to do with that? It's simple things like that. And I'm telling you, I'm telling you all this, right? My own breeder farm, one day I went. I built a very modern breeder farm, personally designed it and all that. First 2 batches ud gaye because our people didn't know how to run it. So we had this guy working for us for 25 years. I fired him. So you can imagine my father was very angry with me. Alright, 25 years in Panya Asnatadu, and he's not listening. He wants it, the system his way. So now my father is very proud. 5 weeks of 99%. He's never imagined that nobody in the world ever got that record. In the same farm, right? Because they needed to change. But one day I went. He's asking me to take shower. Everything. But the worker is walking in and out. I said, what the hell? And Naga Telakot is so. But that girl is walking in and out. Right? So then one youngster I had, IIM, he made me present. He said, sir, what else are you expecting them to do? They don't have a toilet inside. Right? They don't have anything. No, we didn't think about these things. But he says, that poor lady has to go to toilet. Where is she going to go? Aadmi to kahin bhi chala jata hai. So what is she to do? So immediately we went and built those things and all that. Now we are getting those performances because these small things we started. As I said, can you imagine now? So it looks like we will cull our flocks at 90% production. Our parent flocks we are looking at in next 2 years, almost all of them will be culled at 90% because I don't see them going down below 90 even at 80th week. But that is a function of all these things. So today now we are looking at how do I put something like an Apple Watch or something so that nobody goes from one shed to other shed. So what does it have to do with migrant labor? You have to make a calculation on what your problem is. You have a disease, you are not calculating what you are losing. Somebody is offering you makka at 50 paisa less, you buy it. You're not worried about the toxins in it. The price you are paying, Kada. So these are the things I think you have to start factoring in now. And because the birds are ready to give you 100, today we are seeing most of our flocks at 100 weeks are still giving 75% plus. The problem is that, right? So Andukani, I think, especially with now, if you are having migrant laborers and all that, you have to be even more careful actually if you ask me. But careful and what am I talking about? I'm not asking you to do, right? But the more serious you get about biosecurity, I guarantee you will save at least 150 rupees to 200 rupees per flock on medication only. Because how are your vaccines supposed to work if you have so much load in your farm? Thank you. Appreciate. Thank you very much.